Yeah, so we'll get started. We'll go about 15 minutes if it lasts that long with the players. We'll kick them out, and then they'll still be available for one-on-one for another 15 back after. Yep, back at the locker room. There'll be people guiding you along the way as you go too. Check mic, moderator. Check mic. Yep. Back to the moderator, check mic. Going down the line. Second one in. Kelly Graves. Second mic. Third mic. I'm not going to pronounce this one until I have the pronunciation guide. Next one, Ruthie. Next one, Maite. Lexi, and Sabrina, last one down the line. All right, thanks, guys. Let me make sure I didn't mess that up. Second pair of eyes, just make sure I take the right steps. I'm comfortable with it, just want to make sure. All right, good afternoon and welcome to the 2018 NCAA Tournament West Regional at Spokane Arena. A couple of quick reminders before we get started. Please turn your cell phones to silent, and remember, video and flash photography are not allowed during the news conference. At this time, the Oregon locker room is open to media members and will remain open for up to 30 minutes. We are joined now by head coach Kelly Graves and student athletes Satu Sabali, Ruthie Heberd, Maite Cazorla, Lexi Bando, and Sabrina Ionescu. We'll begin with questions for the student athletes and then dismiss them prior to taking questions for coach. All student athletes will remain available for one-on-one interviews in the locker room after being dismissed from this news conference. We will now take questions for the student athletes only. Please direct your questions to specific student athletes.
I'll direct this to Sabrina. You guys have obviously played a lot of good guards this year, Billings and Kennedy and so on, but is this tandem of guards that Notre Dame has up there with anyone you've faced?
Of course. They have great guards. They're athletic. They can shoot the ball. They can get to the basket. They're great in transition. But we've faced guards like that all year. They have great post players as well. And we're not going to do anything different. I think we're going to stick to our game plan and play basketball the way that we play it, and we've played it all year.
Satu, what's it like just bouncing back from the other night? I assume that's one you wanted to put in the rearview mirror a little bit. What's your mentality at coming back from that performance?
I mean, I'm looking forward to the next game. I'm really excited to play in the Elite Eight for the first time and playing with those amazing players. So I'm just looking forward to it.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
I was just curious for Maite and Satu, if you guys watched the NCAA tournament at all growing up in Europe, and if not, what it's been like playing in it, and what time will it be, and how will your family watch it?
We'll begin with Maite.
No, I didn't really watch it when I was back home. But it's a really great experience. My family usually stays up and watch the games. It's usually like 2 a.m. there, so I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, same with me. I didn't really knew a lot about college basketball. Last year I started watching college basketball. Like I bought the ESPN pass for just for March Madness to watch those people. But yeah, my mom and yeah, I don't know, my grandma and my grandpa, they were all watching the games at night.
For Sabrina and Lexi, you guys had said that after the Central Michigan game, you didn't play your best game. You're happy to get through, but didn't play your best game. Where do you think you need to play better against Notre Dame to beat them?
Sabrina?
I mean, sorry. I mean, in every aspect, I think we need to play better. We're going to have to stay dialed in for 40 minutes. They're well coached. They have veteran players and players that have played overseas and in international basketball. So they know what it takes to win, and they've won at a high level for many years. So we're going to have to stay focused for 40 minutes of the game and offensively, defensively, apply pressure and try and play them to their weaknesses.
Yeah, piggybacking off what Sabrina just said, you know, I think the game's going to be won at the defensive end for us. And, you know, we just have to know the game plan and, you know personnel. And I think that's where the game's going to be won.
Sabrina, you said yesterday it took you guys a few minutes to kind of get settled in, had a little bit of jitters at the beginning. Have you guys talked about that? How are you going to settle in quicker tomorrow against Notre Dame?
Well, I think the second game's always easier, so I don't think we'll have too many jitters, of course. Everyone's going to be nervous. It's just part of the game. But I think everyone knows what's at stake, and we're going to have to come ready to play, and I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow.
Sabrina, Notre Dame has been a pretty dominant team in the NCAA tournament and in college basketball the last 10-plus years. Just what have you kind of seen from them, and what can you kind of say about their program, just watching them growing up?
I think I was talking to Lex yesterday. I don't think I've ever seen them live. So yesterday was my first time seeing them live, which was actually really cool. I've watched them on TV a lot, and I know a lot of their players just playing with them and against them growing up. But they're well coached. They have players that play hard and they really want to win, and they know how to win. So we definitely learn from them, and we learn from every team that we play and take what they do and try and do it as well. But I think we'll be fine tomorrow. We're excited to be in this position and excited to get better.
Ruthie, your offense has gotten a lot of attention with the field goal streak and all that earlier this year. Defensively, though, big numbers yesterday. Just where does that defensive performance rank for you, and just in terms of feeling like how much you held your own on that end of the floor, and how different do you think this matchup's going to be tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working all year with the post players and just being able to play players one-on-one. So I was really happy that I could do that yesterday for the team. And tomorrow they have great post players, so all of us need to be dialed in again and be ready to take on all their posts one-on-one and hopefully do the same as last night.
Ruthie, kind of a similar question, but you got to watch a little bit of Notre Dame, Texas A&M. What stood out against an Aggies team that you guys faced earlier in the season?
What's it out for Texas A&M?
No, for Notre Dame, playing against a team that you guys also played earlier in the year.
Yeah, definitely like the posts, like he said, they're really strong and physical, so we're definitely going to have to have our feet set and be just as strong, be ready for a dogfight all 40 minutes.
Similar question for Maite. I don't know if you got to see the Texas A&M, of course, went out and got a pretty good lead against Notre Dame. So, and you beat Texas A&M twice during the season. So, what do you think you can take from that? Were you able to see how they were able to get that lead, and maybe you can duplicate that and keep it going?
Just think tomorrow we just have to be ready. We just have to be play hard for 40 minutes. I think that's going to be really important. But especially we need to be dialed in defensively.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Lexi, this is for you. We talked a little bit about defending the perimeter ahead of the Chippewas, but Notre Dame also with some pretty good perimeter shooters. I believe one of them was 7 for 11 yesterday. So what did you guys learn from defending the perimeter against the Chippewas, and how are you going to carry that into tomorrow?
Well, the 3-point ball is the great equalizer in a game. You know, that's where upsets are made. You know, so we're going to have to make them, you know, score tough contested jump shots, and we're going to have to really defend the 3. And we've been doing that kind of all season and all throughout the tournament. So I think we're ready, and we just have to be dialed in for 40 minutes, like the girl said.
Sabrina, you guys have been playing double-digit seeds to this point. Do you feel like an underdog going into this matchup? Kind of where your heads are in terms of that and how the matchup sets up?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think we're an underdog. I don't really know what everyone else is talking about. I'm not really paying attention to it. But seeding-wise, you could say we're an underdog. You know, they are the 1 seed. But I think once that game starts, it's anybody's game, and I think we're just as talented as they are. So I'm excited to see how we match up with their players, and I'm excited to see how we grow. And I just want the game to. I wish the game was today.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right, at this time, we'll dismiss the student athletes to the locker room. Just a reminder, the team locker room is currently open for media members for one-on-one interviews. All right, we will now move on to questions for the coach.
Hey, Kelly, I just wonder about the historical contrast between Notre Dame and Oregon, as the program's Notre Dame's been to like 9 Elite Eights. You guys are making your 2nd trip. I know that maybe for the team that doesn't necessarily matter, but is there some significance there at all?
Not really, as far as they're concerned. I mean, this is the first time they've met Notre Dame, or we've met Notre Dame in an Elite Eight, so I don't think they pay much attention to what's happened in the past. I think Sabrina said it pretty well. She knows that, you know, this is one of the storied programs in our game, and but all that doesn't matter tomorrow. It's 40 minutes between the Ducks and the Irish, so.
Do you like the level head Sabrina showed there in terms of the seeding? I mean, she seems pretty unfazed. They seem pretty unfazed about the fact they're finally the lower seed in a matchup.
Yeah, again, we've been preaching all along that the seeding doesn't matter at this point. I mean, everybody's really good, and yeah. Well, Sabrina's a natural at this stuff. I mean, she's about the best there is, and I was really proud of a lot of the cliches that they used. That was impressive. But no, I really feel that our team is confident and they're ready. I mean, they know what we're up against, but I think we all feel that we're a good basketball team, and we have a chance tomorrow for 40 minutes to go prove it.
Coach, yesterday you talked a little bit about the energy not being where you wanted it coming out of the locker room. What are you telling the girls to make sure that doesn't happen again tomorrow?
Yeah, they know we're playing Notre Dame tomorrow. I don't think that'll happen. And I think we were ready yesterday. I thought just coming out of the locker room in the second half, we relaxed a little bit defensively, but got that back in line. But we took control early in the game. I know we missed some shots early, but that happens. We were playing well, and then when we built the lead, we just kind of stayed on it. And we never really kind of buried them, but they never really were in the game either. So it was kind of a business-like effort. But I thought just for about 5 minutes in that second half, we relaxed a little bit. They hit a couple of threes and, got some energy. But then we kind of reined it in. But we're playing the 1 seed for a right to go to the Final Four. Yeah, if we can't get up for something like that, then, we're in big trouble. So I don't anticipate that'll happen.
Coach, do you agree with the players that with two offenses this strong, this game is won at the defensive end? And how do you feel you guys are playing on that end since the start of the Pac-12 tournament?
Oh, I think we've been playing really well defensively. I can't remember what they scored last night. It was in the 60s. It was well below their average. But the 7 or 8 games prior to yesterday, teams were only scoring 55 on us, and 5 of those 7 games were against teams in the NCAA tournament. So we've been defending actually quite well for about a month. And, tomorrow, these 2 great offenses, I think this is going to be, one of those epic games that I know a lot of people in women's college basketball are looking forward to it. 2 teams with a lot of skill offensively, a lot of different weapons, their star power. This should be a fun game. And, yes, when you have games like that, whoever can make that, that put together a great quarter of defense, that might be the difference. Maybe that's just a 3 or 4 minute stretch of good defense. That might be just 3 or 4 consecutive stops kind of defense that will really, I think, tell or impact the game. So I'm actually really looking forward to it as a coach who enjoys offensive basketball. But yes, I do agree. I think defense in the end is going to carry the day.
Coach, can you talk about the mental process over the last few years of turning this underdog program really into a program where these guys feel like, hey, we're not underdogs to anybody anymore?
Well, I don't feel like anybody thinks they're underdogs. All this team knows is winning. Even, I guess it would just be our 2 seniors, Lexi Bando and Justine, not even Justine because she was a transfer. So just Lexi Bando's the only one that was there our first year where we had a losing record. But Maite and Adi, those are our only 2 juniors. Their first year, we won 24 games and went to the semifinals of the WNIT. So, it wasn't the NCAA, but, and so they won, what, 4, does that make 4 games? 4 games in that tournament. We won 3 games in last year's tournament, the NCAA, and then we won 3 games this year. So I think they like postseason basketball. They're used to playing it. And even though we're still relatively young, I don't think the stage phases them. I truly don't. I think Sabrina, Ruthie, those kids, they thrive on this kind of a setting. So, and we sure don't preach the underdog role. We did maybe a little bit last year, but not this year. Yeah.
Kelly, I was going to ask you about last year. Obviously, you played UConn basically on the road in this scenario. How much can you draw on that experience and in terms of just getting off to a better start? And, obviously that's about as tough a situation as you can be in. This could be more of a balanced crowd, even your crowd.
Yeah, that was not relatively a road game. That was a road game in Bridgeport, believe me. Again, I think this team, as we've matured, I don't think the venue matters that much, who the crowd is cheering for. Obviously, you want the crowd on your side, and hopefully they will be tomorrow. But, I lived up here. I think there are a lot of Catholics in the area that might come out and support the Irish. I don't know. But I think at this point, that's not going to be a difference maker. I think they'll say that they feed off that, but these guys are usually pretty dialed into what's going on the floor, and I think externally, I don't think that matters as much to them. I truly don't, which is good. That means they are maturing as a team.
Kelly, what kind of key areas do you think, or have you identified with Notre Dame that you guys kind of have to limit to be successful tomorrow?
Well, we can't let Mabry go off and score 3 at a time. I mean, she's, 15 of 24 or 23 or something from the three-point line in the tournament. And then what she does is, again, when she hits a 3, it just seems like it's 4 because it's, she you know that the next one now is going to go down easier. So we've got to make sure that she's making two-pointers, and them as a team, really, but especially her. They're not a huge three-point shooting team, but she is one that can really get it going. And when she's making those, it stretches the defense, and then Jess Shepard is a load inside. I mean, she is really good, and the more I watch her, the more I appreciate that. I didn't up until, I've had a chance to really watch him here, but she is as strong and physical as any post I've seen this year. And we've played some good ones. We played the Louisville Post, we played McGowan at Mississippi State, and those in our conference. So she's terrific. But I think Arike is special. I mean, she truly is. And we cannot allow her to make plays in transition. We just can't. We've got to sprint back, and we've likened it to UCLA with Jordan Canada. Those kids are airplanes, and jet airplanes, and when they take off, we can't catch them. So we've got to make sure that we take care of the ball so that we can all get back and take away any driving lanes that Arike might have. So I think those three are the key. Jackie Young, though, is a terrific player. You got to keep her off the glass. And then they kind of have, with Westbeld and by committee at that 4 spot, and they're solid. I think the key, though, is, transition D, eliminate those easy baskets, make them work for everything, and keep them off the boards. We gave up 22 offensive rebounds yesterday. If we do that tomorrow, we lose.
2 players specifically, Satu goes over 5 from 3, but she also seems unfazed. I would assume it's fair to say you remain confident in her. And then also Ruthie, how much better prepared is she this year compared to last year for a real physical post matchup?
Well, Ruthie, I think those that watch us on a daily basis have seen just her growth. I mean, it's incredible. You see it game to game with her, and she's still got a lot more to give. So I think she's going to be fine. I mean, she's going to be ready for this, and I think looks forward to it. If you've noticed Satu this year, she sometimes has struggled in the first game of a weekend. I think she went scoreless against USC, came back against UCLA, and scored 25. I think against the Beavers the first time, she maybe had 2, and then comes back with a 24-point effort 2 days later. So that's kind of been her MO. I don't want to tell the Irish anything here, but that's been her MO. She's a good bounce-back player, which I think shows some maturity in her, and she knows we have confidence in her.
Do you see depth as a potential edge with their injuries, and is that something you can specifically try to take advantage of?
Well, I always feel like we have an advantage when it comes to depth. We do really play a deep bench, sometimes not a ton of minutes, but we try to get all our players some rest. And, yeah, I think anytime you can give them rest this late in the season is a positive. I know they have to play a lot of minutes, but they've handled that so well, all year long. To me, it actually is amazing that they can play at the pace with which they play and the skill, just how efficient they are with relatively no bench. I mean, that's a true testament to some awesome players and a phenomenal coach. So, but yeah, we'll always try to put that, use that as an advantage. And I love our bench. I trust our bench.
Oregon and Notre Dame have not played in women's hoops, but do you know Muffet from anywhere? Do you know her at all?
Yeah, actually, she may not remember. It was actually a pretty good game, but my first NCAA tournament as a coach was against her team down in Baton Rouge back in 1997. It was a close game, 1-possession game late, and they ended up beating us. That's when they had Ruth Riley, and I think Niele Ivey I think she actually was injured that year. I think she got hurt during the season, but that was my first NCAA tournament as a coach. And then we later played when I was at Gonzaga back in 2010 in the 10-11 season. It was Skylar Diggins and Courtney Vandersloot went head-to-head. We played in Seattle in the Seattle U tournament, and that year they went to the championship game. That year we went to the Elite Eight. If you would have watched that game that night, you would have not guessed that either team would have done what we did. It was a really ugly game. It was a post-Christmas game, and we both teams played like it. But yeah, so we've gone head-to-head twice, and I've been on the short end both times. But both good games.
Any other questions for Coach?
I saw that you retweeted this last night, so I figured I'd ask you about this. Would you rather try to guard Ruthie Hebert in the post for one possession or stick your head in a box filled with wasps for an hour?
Yeah. Well, with all due respect to Shea Serrano, who's become quite a Ducks fan, I would try to guard Ruthie. Yeah, I'm not much sticking my head in a wasp nest for an hour, but it's pretty neat that he's jumped on board. He's a great follow on Twitter and a great author. So, yeah. I retweeted that? Okay.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you for your time, Coach. We'll begin with the Notre Dame news conference at 2:15.
Shea is pretty funny, though, isn't he? He is hilarious.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, my
Good luck
pleasure.
tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Test, test, test.
right, good afternoon and welcome to the 2018 NCAA Tournament West Regional at Spokane Arena. A couple of quick reminders before we get started. Please turn your cell phones to silent, and remember, video and flash photography are not allowed during the news conference. This time, the Notre Dame locker room is open to media members and will remain open for up to 30 minutes. We are joined by head coach Muffet McGraw and student athletes Jessica Shepard, Catherine Westbeld, Marina Mabry, Jackie Young, and Enrique Ogumbawale. We will begin with questions for the student athletes and then dismiss them prior to taking questions for coach. All student athletes will remain available for one-on-one interviews in the locker room after being dismissed from the news conference. We'll now take those questions for the student athletes only. Please direct your questions to specific student athletes.
For Enrique and Marina, both, what have you guys learned about Oregon during this brief prep time, Sabrina and their guards specifically, and do they remind you of anyone you guys have played this year?
They're a great team. I mean, we've watched film on them. We went through practice, so we just have to be ready for anything. They can score at all different positions, so we don't really have to focus on one person. We need to focus on everybody. It's going to be a team defensive game.
They're great in the ball screen, and we need to try to control Sabrina and make her take tough shots. And as Rick said, we need to play a good team defense.
Jessica, how tough of a matchup will it be facing against a player like Ruthie Hebert?
Yeah, I mean, I think like they said, it's definitely going to be a team effort, but they have a great inside presence too. So for us, it's going to be important on the defensive end just to control them on defense, and then we know that will lead to easy offense.
Catherine, how's the process been with your ankle this week, and I guess what kind of feeling did you have hitting that jumper yesterday that kind of put the game away?
I mean, it feels a little bit better each day. Swelling goes down, bruising kind of turns color, so it's kind of interesting to see what it looks like the next day. But honestly, it was just in the flow of the game. It felt like any other shot to me, honestly. Just, just hit it, got back on D, and finished out the game. So.
Any other questions for our student athletes? All right, this time we'll dismiss the student athletes to the locker room. Just a reminder, team locker room is currently open for media members for one-on-one interviews. All right, we'll now move on to questions for coach.
Muffet, you guys have played a really hard schedule. Does Oregon remind you of anyone you've faced, and what's it been like getting ready for them in such a short period of time?
Well, very difficult to get ready in a short period of time. I think Sabrina Ionescu is just a phenomenal player, just phenomenal. So difficult to guard. I've never seen a player, especially so young, already got the record for triple doubles, but the assists is what's so impressive to me. I've had some pretty good point guards and some good guards, but to look at the number of assists she has, really, it's a challenge to figure out how to defend them. She can just pick you apart. I mean, she's just so smart and crafty with the ball. It's fun watching her when you're not on the other bench.
Coach, you guys have been among the sports elites for a long time. Oregon is new to that relatively the last couple of years. I just wonder what your perception is of the Oregon program and what you think it might be like for their team being so new on this big stage.
You know, great program. Kelly's done a tremendous job with the recruiting, and Sabrina just makes everybody better. She's definitely the key to their team and what she can do. They've got good players all around her, and I think they're in the stage of kind of the rise, and it's got to be a lot of fun for them. Last year, I think a 10 seed and got to the Elite Eight. This year, a 2 seed, so they've made tremendous strides in a short period of time. I mean, he's really turned the program around, and they are now one of the best programs in the country.
Coach, Sabrina gets a lot of the attention, but Ruthie set the NCAA record for consecutive field goals, 33. How impressive of a stat is that? Yeah. And what kind of matchup do you like the matchup with your players in trying to limit her?
She is a really tough matchup because she's able to score around the basket, it seems, easily. She gets a lot of great shots, I think, again, because Sabrina finds her and puts her in a great position to score. But to have that kind of record, I think that's really phenomenal. She's probably shattered the record. I think that's amazing how she can score. Her field goal percentage, she's going to score when she gets the ball. So the question is, can you stop her from getting it? And that's going to be the challenge.
you've talked about Sabrina and Ruthie, but just overall, what kind of key areas do you kind of feel like you have to limit Oregon, in to be successful tomorrow?
Well, they're the best three-point shooting team in the country, so we've got to figure out a way to guard the three-point line. We haven't had a lot of success just playing Villanova a couple of games ago, who was another great three-point shooting team. So I don't think we guarded them that well. So this is going to be yet another challenge for us, especially with our lineup. We're playing more bigs than we want to, which makes it even more difficult to guard the three-point line.
In the first round, you talked about you started pretty badly on defense. You talked about maybe you gave too much attention to Fluker early on. Then against A&M yesterday, again, not a great defensive start. And you talked about maybe a bit too much attention to Carter early on. Other players were able to make some shots. Again, this Oregon team in ESCO is so good. How do you get that balance right, though, between star player and the rest of the team?
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of success guarding the star player yesterday, she had 31, so I think we've got to do a better job individually, just on the ball, man-to-man wise, and then team defense being more aware of where people are. I don't think we can focus on one person because they have such a good, well-rounded team.
With two such efficient offensive teams, do you look at this as kind of similar to the Texas A&M game where that kind of 1 quarter of strong defense that you guys had in the third can make the difference?
Ooh, I hope so. It would be great if we could have a strong defensive game throughout, but we're not a great defensive team, and we need to really battle a little bit more. But I think with the limited bench that we have, it makes it difficult for them. So I think defense is going to be key to the game. Both teams high-powered offense, so it's going to be a matter of who can get some stops.
Buffett, considering you guys have high skill level on offense too, would you mind at all if it was an up-tempo, high-scoring game, or are you going to try to slow it down a little bit?
Yeah, we are a high-tempo type of team. I think that's when we're at our best.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thank you for your time, Coach.